3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
The Puff and Steph Podcast, back with you after a long weekend. Happy Tuesday. Hello, Steph. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
That's great. I see you wearing an Eagles shirt.
Yes. I'm kind of ready for fall. I love summer, but I'm ready for fall now.
This coming weekend, football season.
Yeah, I'm excited.
First game of the year is actually Thursday. But Eagles don't play till Sunday. Do you have a good feeling about the Eagles this year?
I don't know. But either way, I'm going to cheer for them, as always, you know?
Cool.
And cheer for my man, Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
he's my favorite, even though he gets hurt all the time.
Yeah, they're going to be terrible. Carson Wentz will be cheering for the team, too, from the hospital room that he ends up in.
Probably. Most likely. Let's be honest.
He's a fragile little man. In high school, they called him Mr. Glass. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's because I made it up. Anyway, today's show brought to you by Fryzinger Hyundai, right on the price, right on the pike. So this past weekend, Steph and I went to a wedding. A couple friends of ours, Sam and Cam, got hitched. It was a fun time. Steph was there as a guest. I was there as hired help.
And I helped a little bit, too. I helped carry some of your
yes,
equipment.
You were a useful set of hands for sure. So thank you for that. Actually, right before we jumped on this recording, I was organizing all the footage and stuff. And I'm sad to say I did not get much dancing blackmail from you, if any.
Darn it. I was keeping an eye on you when I did dance. I didn't dance like too crazy, but I was like, is Puff around?
I feel bad then. You could have had more fun, but I was there ruining it.
No, you didn't. Honestly, I have to be like very comfortable to dance like an idiot. And I didn't do a lot of it that night. Regardless, not because of you. I just didn't. So. Okay.
I'll want to believe that. So something else crazy happened this past weekend, and it's something we don't talk a lot about, and that's the sport of tennis, Steph. Have you heard about this story about Novak Djokovic?
Yes, hitting the judge in the throat.
Yeah, it was a line judge, and he got mad that he lost a point. Not even like the match, not even a game, not even a set. He lost a point, and he was mad at himself, so he like drop hit a ball, and it hit a line judge, a woman line judge, right in the neck. And,
that had to be so painful.
Yeah, so it was the opening set. He just lost a point, and apparently, I didn't know this, but not shockingly, there's a lot about tennis I don't know. Players who hit another person on the court can be automatically disqualified, and it counts as a loss. Djokovic realized immediately he hit her, approached the person, said he was sorry, did all the good stuff, but no, he was disqualified for hitting a line judge in the neck with a tennis ball.
Yes, I didn't realize that they would get disqualified for something like that, but I heard that this weekend. I was trying to look for a video of him hitting her, but I couldn't find one.
I couldn't find a video of him hit. I saw the video of him hitting the ball in her direction, but I don't think because of the angle, there was no videos of her actually getting hit in the neck.
Okay.
Yeah, if they were on the other side, like if he was on the other side of the court, there'd be a perfect angle of him hitting her in the neck, but I think they only had cameras on one angle.
Okay, because that's the video I wanted to see, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, so he lost to a guy who's a number 20 seed. So it wasn't like he lost to like me, like some guy who just like qualified, like, oh crap, I'm in the U.S. Open. How'd this happen? No, I mean, he lost to a legitimate, good, qualified professional tennis player. So at least that's good. He didn't just lose to some amateur off the street. But
right.
He lost in one of the weirdest ways. The woman's going to be fine. She wasn't like even taken to the hospital or anything. But after reading the story, I'm like, that would never happen to me. Why? No neck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because you don't play tennis.
No, I don't have neck, so I'm good. I am completely protected from something like this. It would just hit me. It would just hit me in the shoulder or something.
Well, and also, I don't think if you were a tennis player that you would get disqualified for something like that because you don't really have a temper. I don't see you like lashing out and hitting the ball into somebody.
I think if you're a high-end athlete, you almost have to have a temper. You almost have to have like that second level, if that makes sense, or even that third level that other people don't have, that fiery thing in the pit of your stomach or I don't, you know what I'm talking about? That thing that helps you push that extra mile. Yeah, I definitely don't have it. If I have to go an extra mile, I usually just take an Uber there.
Yeah, right. See, it's easier that way. Well, my brother has that when it comes to video games, or I should say, I need to give him credit. This was a long time ago, but he punched a hole in our wall in the basement when he was playing video games. Again, this was a long time ago. Like, we were young. He was probably like 15, maybe. But he had that fire, as you call it.
Which brother?
Joseph, the older one.
And do you know what video game it was?
I don't even remember. I'd have to ask him, and I don't think he likes talking about the story, but there was a hole in our wall because of it.
Swear to God, if Steph beats me at Mario Kart one more time, I'm burning this house down.
Boys get into video games. I don't know. It's a thing. I don't know why.
This is a terrible story. You and I actually, did we talk about this last week or the week before? Gender reveal parties and whether or not we're down with them?
Yes, that's right.
You love them. I tolerate them. I don't really, I have a problem with people who have a problem with them. That's my thing. Like, it's not the biggest deal to me. I've been to a couple in my life. They're fine. Usually there's free food and booze, so I'm in.
Right.
But I don't have an issue with them at all. I do have an issue if you do a gender reveal party irresponsibly like this couple did. A pyrotechnic device used at a gender reveal party ignited one of 23 major fires burning in California. So there's like forest fires. There's like forest fires in California. This is forest fire season. It's very dry out there. One little spark could end up igniting acres upon acres upon acres. And apparently someone did a gender reveal party where it was kind of like a firework where it shot in the air. And if it blew up blue, then it was a boy. Blew up red or pink, it was a girl. But a spark came down from that and ended up igniting a forest fire.
Wow. Okay, that's terrible. I've never heard of a gender reveal party going wrong in that way. Like, I've heard of, like, maybe they have something that pops and it's supposed to be pink or blue and it doesn't work.
Right.
But I've never heard of one that's destructive.
Right, one that could take down, like, wildlife and, you know, trees and nature. Yeah. I did see one where they had a giant, I don't know if you ever saw this, they have, like, giant balloon and they're supposed to pop it. And they go to pop it, and instead they, like, cut the string, so it just kind of floats up in the air, and they can't get it, and they're just like, well, we don't know what we're having. We have no idea.
Right, what do we do now?
Yeah, I've seen ones where they release a balloon up in the air, and they shoot it with, like, a pellet gun, and it pops. I've obviously seen the baseball bat ones where they toss a ball, and, you know, I've seen golf.
I love that.
I've seen golf ones where they hit a golf ball, and it's a color. You know, and then obviously the simple standard cakes.
Right.
That's the one I remember going to for my buddy Mike and baby mom Marissa. They cut a cake, and I was like, okay, this is cool because I mean, let's be honest, I get cake.
Exactly. It ends well for you.
Yeah, but this one did not end well for anyone. On Twitter, this couple's getting destroyed like this. You have to be kidding. How do people think this is a good time for something like that? People are ready on Twitter.
I bet. You got to be careful. And why would you even mess with something when you're in California during this season where there's wildfires? Like, why? Just hit a baseball or do a cake. Like, do something simple just to be safe.
Yeah, I've never heard of, like, cake starts forest fire.
Nope. Never seen that headline.
Yeah. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, some industry secrets on some of the places that you and I go. This is interesting.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Fryzinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Fryzinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Fryzinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Fryzinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Fryzinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
So I was looking through Reddit. It's where I get some of the material that we talk about. And one of the things I ran across, Reddit asked readers, what is an industry secret in the field you work in? So kind of behind the scenes on some of the places that we go. Some of this
that's interesting.
Yeah, some of this is really interesting. Some of it's kind of sad. We'll start it with a sad one. A Goodwill worker said, 50% of what you donate ends up in the trash because we don't have the space for it, or we think it's too ugly to put it on the shelves. Can you believe it?
They put out some ugly stuff too.
If they put out the stuff they put out is ugly, what are they throwing away? That's crazy. Right. How about Bed Bath and Bath and Body Works? Do you like that place?
I go there every season. I'm getting ready to get my pumpkin scents, actually.
All right. Well, they say that the scents that they discontinue will come back with a different name and new marketing. They're recycling the scents.
Wow. And I fall for it every year. I'm like, oh my gosh, marshmallow pumpkin spice latte. I need that.
What? This one's weird. This guy works at a fossil replicator factory. He says so many people are blown away to learn that most of the fossils they see in museums are actually replicas.
Oh, they're fake.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I have a big dental appointment this week. It said, the guy goes, I'm a dentist. Here's the lowdown on toothpaste. As long as it is fluoride, they're all basically the same. So whether it says whitening or gum protection or whatever else, it's all exactly the same. The exception is sensitivity toothpaste typically does have an extra active ingredient, which helps with sensitivity. Okay,
wow, dentist. But otherwise they all pretty much do the same thing.
Okay, dentist. All right.
Wow.
Guy who works construction. If your windows or sliding doors are tough to open and close, 9 times out of 10, we put your own dish soap on the tracks, and the thing works perfectly. It'll take 5 minutes, and we charge $150. Dish soap people, it's better than WD-40. So if you're calling someone to work with a sliding glass door that isn't just soap.
Wow, that's simple. Okay.
Yep. Whenever you tell someone to check in the back of a grocery store, they go back and stand there for a few minutes and come out. 99% of the time, if it's not on the shelf, we know that it's not in the back, even if we go, quote unquote, look for it. I've never asked anybody to look in the back of a grocery store. I don't have, to me, that's rude. Just assume the grocery store is huge. If they don't have what you're looking for, chances are it's not in the back. Why would it be in the back and not in the in the front where they can sell it.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's
I've done it a few times at clothing stores, but I'm like, I'm sure they don't have it, because if they did, it would be out on the shelves.
Well, clothing stores, I think clothing stores are a little bit different because they do usually have stocks in the back, right? So if you're looking for a medium shirt or whatever, and in this particular style, and it goes small, large, the last medium might have been taken, and maybe there's a rush on mediums today. I don't know.
Right. I do ask sometimes, but I feel obnoxious every single time I do it. And they never end up having it in the back.
Last one here. Amusement park ride operator. If your kid is crying and you want us to stop the ride, even if we want to, it's not going to stop immediately. The carousel will spin a few more circles, or the ship will swing a few more times before stopping. The only exception is the emergency stop, which will absolutely mess up the ride for a while if we press it. Only if it's life-threatening will we ever press it. I always felt kind of strange. We had this carnival where I'm from, and it's like the traveling carnival, and the rides don't always look safe.
Right.
And I always wondered if something's going fast or gravity's taking over, how can you stop it? Like, hitting the emergency stop is not going to just stop the roller coaster anywhere it is. And would you want it to?
Right, because what if you're stopping like in the middle of a hill or something?
Didn't you tell me you got stopped on a roller coaster?
It happened. Yeah, it happened down in Orlando at Universal Studios one time. It was like the Spider-Man ride.
Uh-huh.
So you're like spinning, and there's all these screens. And we got stopped. But luckily, we were next to these adorable British children who were like polite. Like, they were like, "Can you please stop the ride again? We are getting bored." It was so cute. So I didn't mind it.
That was good for you. Of course, Steph turns it into a positive situation. So there's something we do actually have to talk about, and we totally missed it. We should have been live streaming it while talking about it, and that's the fact that David Blaine has landed safely and soundly from his latest stunt.
Yes, he did it.
Yep, his stunt ascension actually happened like middle of last week. We didn't even know about it. He harnessed himself to a batch of 52 giant balloons and flew 24,900 feet, 3.5 miles above the Arizona desert. The dangers of the stunt included freezing temperatures and thin oxygen. Once he reached his high cruising altitude, he strapped on a parachute and floated back down to Earth. He was in the air for about 56 minutes. Now, nobody covered this. There was very few specials. It was not on TV. It was on YouTube. Here's my question. Did anyone care?
See, that's what I was going to say. I feel like they didn't make a big deal out of it, or they didn't market it well, because I didn't hear people talking about it or the news covering it.
The only thing that, I knew he was going to do it, and he was going to be doing it in New York, then he moved it to Arizona, and I didn't know when he was going to do it, but I know he did it because all of a sudden I started seeing this GIF that was floating around on social media, no pun intended, where he was where he was just floating. I was like, is that David Blaine? Did he do that thing he said he was going to do? Did I miss it?
Right.
I was like, oh, I missed it. Nah, I don't think I care. I don't think that I care that I missed it.
And I don't think anybody else does either, because it wasn't really talked about. And I'm surprised because the movie Up, like that whole concept, I think was pretty popular. So I am shocked that people weren't more into it, but I don't think a lot of people knew about it.
And the last celebrity thing we're going to talk about, I don't know if you know this, but Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have signed a $100 million deal with Netflix. $100 million deal. They're going to be
Isn't that?
They're going to be producing things for Netflix. So they're going to be they're going to be producing documentaries, TV shows, films, scripted kids programming, things like that.
Is Harry qualified to be a producer? Like, just being rich and famous just qualify you for anything?
I mean, I guess you could sign a check. You could just be like, yes, let's make this, yes. And then he makes it. Like, Meghan at least was an actress, so she probably knows a little bit about the ins and outs of making any of this stuff. But
right.
speaking of people not caring about David Blaine, do people care about this? Are you going to watch something on Netflix, Steph, just because it was produced by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry?
No, that doesn't intrigue me. In fact, I'm pretty sure that goes against like the royal protocol.
Well,
like,
they denounced all that stuff.
I know, and I don't like that. And I know people say it's their life, let them do what they want, which is very true. It doesn't affect me, but I just feel like the royals are like very traditional, and I feel like it should stay that way. I
bet they all hate Meghan Markle. Like she came in and just started like shaking things up, and she's like some American that comes in, and all of a sudden Prince Harry is denouncing his royalhood, and he's going and making stuff for Netflix, probably shooting specials with Cardi B. Who knows?
Right. The Queen is probably having a heart attack about all.
Oh yeah, she's like, this is awful. That damn American woman came in.
Poor Queen, and she's already like 97. Like, she doesn't need a reason to have a heart attack, you know?
Yeah. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, Steph, this is a very pro-nap story, so you're going to love it.
Ooh.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Fryzinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Fryzinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Fryzinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Fryzinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Fryzinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
I have got great news for all you nappers out there, including Steph.
That's me. I'm a napper.
A study found that napping, that 1 in 3 adult naps in a single day. But the study also found that napping is still bashed by society, even though sleep experts think naps should have the status of exercise. So they think that if you're like, well, yeah, no, you should totally go to the gym. It's healthy. Oh, no, you should totally take naps. They're healthy. That's how they should be talked about.
I can get behind that. And you know what? I exercise and I take naps. So I should be set, right?
Yeah, you're the healthiest person I know. Scientists say naps make us feel stronger, happier, and you're able to perform better.
I like that. See, that checks out because I am happy and I love naps.
So 1 in 3 adults nap on a typical day. Some people are saying that naps are bad, but scientists are like, no. Naps are just like doing push-ups.
Same thing, right? And you know, I think you're right though that some people think they're bad, and I think there's a stigma that some people are like, oh, you nap. Like maybe they think you're like being lazy or unproductive. But if you just like take an hour nap and it like makes you feel better, and science backs it up, so I'm all for it.
This is kind of a scary story. In Ecuador, they're back at school and they're doing the Zoom thing in Ecuador. A group of students and the professor were going about their online class when they noticed thieves robbing one of their classmates in the middle of the lesson.
What?
The girl was muted throughout the whole video. She turns around to face her bedroom door, likely hearing the intruders. She stands up, and that's when the intruders came in with what seems to be one of the girl's family members. Thieves push them both off the screen. The people in the Zoom class start freaking out, and they're like, everyone call 911. Everyone call 911, or whatever their version of 911 is.
Right.
And then the screen goes black, and they stole the laptop as well.
No way. So they witnessed all this happening.
As far as I'm aware, everyone's okay. Like, no one got hurt, but they got robbed. Intruders broke into their house and on the Zoom call and stole a bunch of stuff.
That's horrible. Wow. Like all my field hockey girls, they're doing like a hybrid. So they're on Zoom like 3 days a week. And they have been mandated that they have to have like a neutral background. So they pick like a red background or a picture of an ocean or whatever. They can't have like the background of my house right now that I have. They can't do that.
That's not allowed, that little thing behind you?
No, they have to have some kind of like picture as their background, because apparently, not necessarily at Susquehanna, but there was some kid somewhere who was on Zoom with school and his mom was like naked in the background, which I don't know why you're naked around your like 15-year-old son, but I don't know. I'm not a parent. So that's a new rule that they have. But this kind of proves that it might be good, because like they wouldn't have been able to call 911 if they didn't see the thieves in the background,
I guess so. I mean, it would have been worse if the thieves were naked.
It would have been even worse.
Yeah. All right, let's try to stump Steph here. 77% of Americans under the age of 18 have never touched one of these. 77% of Americans under the age of 18 have never touched one of these. What is it?
Is it a cigarette?
No. It's a good guess.
Is it something bad?
No.
Like along those lines?
No, not something bad. So it's not like drugs or alcohol or anything like that. It's not something bad.
Is it something that typically is associated with adults? Like, oh yeah, kids don't deal with that type thing?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. It's something that we have to deal with as adults, something that we use as adults, but it is also kind of going by the wayside, which is why, this many people under the age of 18 haven't had to deal with it.
Ooh, checkbooks.
No, but you are kind of on the right path in a way. A lot of times your checks, you end up using these along with one of your checks.
Ooh, a stamp.
Oh, snap.
No.
Okay, Steph. All right. Yeah, I mean, now, for instance, I don't pay one bill by mail. Not one.
Nope, I don't either.
I think the only thing in this house that gets paid by mail is our mortgage payment. Other than that, everything else gets paid. Electric, cell phones, all the other stuff I pay for every month, just online. Which is not shocking,
right,
then, that 77% of people under the age of 18 have not touched a stamp.
Right.
All right, this one I think is harder, so you're going to have to ask the right questions. Open any freezer in America, and you'll have a 17% chance of finding this. What is this?
Something kept in the freezer. Do you have it in your freezer?
No.
So it's not very common, I guess, right?
Well, no, it's, what is it? 17% chance, so I wouldn't call it common.
So this is going to sound like a dumb question, but since you said it was hard, is it food or is it something random?
It is not food.
Okay, so that wasn't a dumb question.
Nope.
Not food or drink?
Correct.
Not edible. Okay. What is the purpose of putting it in there then? Just to keep it cold?
That's a good question. I would say, this will probably give it away. To hide it?
Huh, but it's not edible. So it's something you don't want other people to know you have, or you don't want them to like steal it from you?
Both.
So is it something you're maybe ashamed of?
No, I wouldn't say you're ashamed of it.
In the freezer. What's the purpose of the item? Is it like fun? Is it useful?
I mean, we'll say useful.
Okay. Do you have one, but just maybe you don't keep it in the freezer?
Oh, I have some, but I don't keep it in the freezer.
And you use it like by yourself? Like
You can use it by yourself. You can use it with other people. It's multi-uses.
Do I have any?
You have some. Not as much as you'd like.
Oh, money!
Yeah. Money. Good job.
Wow, really?
Yeah. A lot of people hide money in their freezer.
It must be nice to have enough money that you need to hide it from people.
Well,
it must be nice.
let's say you're one of the weirdos that don't believe in banks. Right? Let's say you're someone who's like, I don't trust banks with my money. Well, what are you going to do with it then?
Right.
Right? So you have to do something with it. So what are you going to do? You're going to hide it? Okay. Well, if someone breaks into your house, they're probably not going through your refrigerator or freezer. And if they are, if you keep it like in a tub in the back of your freezer, they might think it's ice cream or something. And
that's true.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart. I know some people keep it in their mattress, or maybe they just do that in the movies.
Yeah, I don't really know anyone that keeps it in their mattress. But again,
I think that's just.
Again, if they did, would they tell me? I don't know. Maybe I'm not a trustworthy person. All right, everyone. We will see you for the big Wednesday show. Make sure you guys have a great day.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.